Good morning. In today's Parsha, God tells Moses, "Tell the Israelite people to bring me gifts. You shall bring gifts for me from everyone whose heart is so moved." And then he tells Moses what kind of gifts he wants. Gold, silver, copper, fine yarns and linens, fine hair and skin and wood and oil and beautiful stones. The gifts are to be used to build God a tabernacle, that he may dwell among the people. This request by God for gifts of the finest materials had me thinking about the nature of gifts and of gift giving. What is the significance of God's request that the people give not because he commands them, but because their heart is so moved? As with so much in the Torah, is there something more metaphorical than literal in his request for gifts of the finest materials? Perhaps it is a reminder to bring the best that we can within our means to build our communities. God's request is explicit for valuable, tangible gifts, but implicit is his request for valuable, intangible gifts. For it is the artisans and craftsmen and builders who will turn those fine materials into a tabernacle. God is building a community of people who will keep giving, not only from their little buckets of gold in their pocketbooks, but from their hearts. First, to build a tabernacle, and then with gift giving as a defining principle of what it means to be a loving faith community. This Parsha leads us to reflect also on why we give. Is it all about the quid pro quo, as we lawyers say, if I give a gift now, I'll get one back right away? Definitely not. Is it more like insurance, where you give a little now and you get a lot later? Is God sitting up there on a cloud with a little ledger book keeping track of who's given and who's due? Some of the commentators suggest that the gift giving for the tabernacle is a sort of higher state of being in which gifts are given with no expectation of anything in return. Yet there is often an element of self-benefit and self-protection in giving to our communities. We give to our communities to strengthen them, support them, inspire them. And those strong, supportive, inspiring, and proud communities are there for us when we need them. So in some sense, we do give a gift with at least the hope that we will get a gift when we need it. What kind of gifts do we give now to our community here at CBST? Must they be little pots of gold, bolts of beautiful cloth? No, but I do think that CBST's president, Sabrina Farber, would love for me to take this occasion as a member of the board to say, if you have any little pots of gold hanging around the house, bring them on. We can use all we can get for our social justice programs, our music programs, our education programs. But most importantly, for the gift that CBST has been giving to anyone in need for 50 years through its open door policy. High Holy Day services and every service are open to anyone with no membership, no dues, no gifts required. So many of you here have given CBST the gift of your time, your commitment, your energy. People like Noemi Maslia, an upcoming Mitzvah in April, who set up our amazing asylum clinic so that so many at CBST could give the gift of their time and advocacy to help dozens of people who are LGBT, have been persecuted around the world, but have found new and safe lives in this country. Or my Gizon, accountant extraordinaire, countless hours keeping CBST on a solid financial footing. There are gifts of artistry, such as in the glorious pride banners that you saw in our lobby from Gilbert Baker, and even culinary expertise. Larry Finkelstein's frequent gifts, including last night, of his irresistible rugla, are often a high point of our Friday night onegs. One of my own gifts to CBST has been helping to lead our Ending Mass Incarceration team. Last year, along with Bonnie Pollack, another of today's bar-mitzvahs right here, I served as a mentor for students at CUNY Law School in the formerly incarcerated Law Students Advocacy Association. In one particularly rewarding experience, Bonnie and I mentored a student who was tremendously impressive but struggling to get that first job. We advised him on his cover letter and resume so that he could present his best self and put his prior conviction in the proper perspective of his whole accomplished life. He ended up with his dream job in public service right here in New York City. My Devar Torah today is a love letter to CBST, a community in which gifts of all kinds are offered and appreciated, in which so many people say, what can I do? What can I give? How can I help, even if I do not have a little pot of gold or a 5-figure check? We are a community of givers, and of givers who recognize the need to build with more than tangible gifts. The passing in 2013 of my mother-in-law, Annette Miller, who is so much a part of CBST's history for decades, caused me to seek a deeper connection with this community that she loved so dearly. That was her gift to me. And my bar mitzvah today, which would in all honesty be a big surprise to her, but such a joyful one, is my gift to her. Our CBST community is as strong as it is because it is built not only on material wealth, but also on valuable, intangible gifts, and with a deep appreciation for the gifts its members give of their time, their dedication, their passion, their mentoring, advocacy, and support for this truly extraordinary community. Shabbat Shalom.